How to establish strong boundaries. Boundaries are such a cornerstone to your self-development because it tells other people what you're not allowed to tolerate, and it also builds self-trust because you know you're not willing to let yourself down as well. So I'm going to talk about how you can build those in this video through a lot of trial and error in my life. I want to help you solve this. So let's get into it. What's going on, man? Welcome back to the Sophisticated Man YouTube channel. I am Tino Regano, men's development coach. Make sure you hit subscribe for more men's improvement content. Boundaries are such an important factor when it comes to building yourself up as a man and interacting with the people around you. Without having boundaries established, then you're basically going to be at the mercy of your friends, of your girl, of your family, of anybody that really tries to sway you off your path. If you don't have these structures or this boundary in your life, then you're going to be swerving all over the place. Imagine like on a road, you know how there's a yellow marker in the middle of it to distinguish the both lanes of traffic? Well, without that, people would be all over the road. They'd be swerving. It'd be chaos. So you need boundaries in your life. It's really hard to convince somebody else of a strong boundary if you're not living that in your own life first. So what I mean is, if you're not establishing a boundary around your bedtime, your wake up time, not watching pornography, not excessively masturbating, not having unhealthy consumption, not having unhealthy relationships in life, like whatever your boundary is, it's gotta start with yourself. Because at the end of the day, we wanna be men with integrity. If we say we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it. If we say we're gonna not do something, then we should be avoiding this activity or this thing. And when people come to us and they try to pull us off that path, and it clearly gets in the way of a boundary that you have, you can tell them, hey, look, I can't do it today, man. I gotta be busy. I gotta do something. I was working with a client yesterday, and he has friends right now that have been trying to pull him out of his sleep time. They hit him up around 11 o'clock at night, and they tell him, hey man, let's go hang out. Let's go do something. Let's go to the casino. Let's go to the bars. You're basically operating on their time. You're not operating on your own schedule. We're working through that and how he can establish this clear-cut boundary, but it starts with himself. You know, if you are going to sleep at, let's say, 10 o'clock p.m. every single night, you're waking up at 6 a.m., that starts to become routine for you. So you'll know that that's just your schedule. Regardless of what you're doing or what career path, what industry that you're in, you start to adopt that. If people try to distract you or some event tries to distract you, you could tell yourself, you know what, I'd really like to hang out with them. I'd really like to go to that event, but this is my sleep schedule. This is the time that I need to get some rest. I can't do it. I gotta go to sleep. You have to honor your own boundaries and abide by your own rules, because if you're breaking your own rules, well, there's gonna be chaos in your life. I know this is one of the hardest things that I've had to do personally in my life, was to establish clear boundaries. I always had a problem with people telling me to do something or trying to get me to go out or trying to get me to do things that I just didn't want to do or didn't believe in. You know, I had friends that we would always get together and smoke a bunch of weed, and we'd go out and we'd drive and go to McDonald's and get some food at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd wake up the next day dead tired, have to sleep in, and obviously I didn't have a business or anything at the time, but like I didn't want to be doing these things. I just went along with it because I didn't have any personal boundary of like, yeah, that's not really what I want to do right now. I just went along with the crowd. That's what happens when you're young and impressionable and you want people to like you, you want to hang out with your friends and be a good time. That's all fine and well, but when you start to become a man and you start to develop things in your life, you have goals, you have things that you're trying to achieve, it's got to be sacrifices that you make. There's got to be things that you don't allow yourself to do in order to get that objective. Sacrifices are a necessary part of achieving your goals. And everybody's boundaries look different. I don't know what yours look like for yourself, but I know what mine look like. You know, I'm not willing to stay up past 10:30 p.m. anymore. I have a boundary around eating food past 9:30. I want to cut that off by that time. I have a boundary of, being on my phone too long. When I'm on there, I want to strictly be for business. I don't want to be scrolling, looking through bullshit, trying to get caught up with other friends and people. I just want to do it for my purposes only. I don't want to wake up and go right back to bed. I want to wake up, take a cold shower, go for a walk outside, and meditate. And I've been doing that this entire week, so I've been really up on that boundary. I've been trying to establish that into my life. And again, it starts with yourself. I say that in every single video. I don't just say that to be a YouTuber. It literally starts with you. If you want other people to respect your boundaries, to respect the things that you're doing in your life, well, you have to respect them first. You have these boundaries in place, you follow them, you abide by your own standards, by your own regulations, other people will follow. It starts with the man in the mirror though. If you're kind of lackadaisical, not super strict with your schedule, not super consistent, not super disciplined, well then yeah, people are going to take advantage of you because you take advantage of yourself. See how this whole thing works? So I recommend writing out a list. Seriously, just get a sheet of paper, put it on your phone, whatever it is. Write out a list of your boundaries, of the things that for you are non-negotiables. What do you want to start doing no matter what? What are you avoiding? What do you want to cut down on? What are your boundaries in life? What are your guidelines? I just did this with another client where he wrote out a list of all the things that he's doing, and I'm gonna make sure he's held accountable to that list because it is very important. If you have weak boundaries in life, then you're gonna get walked all over, and people are gonna take you as weak. But if you have strong boundaries in place, you can say no. You know what you're willing to allow into your life and what you're trying to cut back on, what you're willing to sacrifice. It makes interacting with people easier, it makes staying true to yourself even easier, and building integrity that much easier. So if you like that video, give it a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below, let me know what you thought about this topic. Are you going to start writing out a list of your boundaries? Let me know your personal boundaries even down below. Comment your thoughts, I'd love to hear what you got going on, and let me know what topics or subjects you want to cover on future videos. I'd love to hear your feedback, and make sure you hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And if you want to work with me personally right now, I offer one-on-one coaching where I help you get serious on your personal development journey. Boundaries is a big thing that I cover in my program, but I also help you build habits, build structure and routines that you can consistently do. Setting these goals, being held accountable to these goals, and building confidence in anything involving manhood, lifestyle, and relationships. Click the link down below to apply for a free consultation. Right now I'm accepting new clients, and I can't wait to talk to you. So that's the video, man. Hopefully you understand it. Hopefully you gain value from it. Realize that setting boundaries is an integral part of being a man. Really just being a well-developed person. Everybody needs to have strong boundaries, and everybody's looks different. Before we can establish strong boundaries with other people, we first have to establish them with ourselves. That is where it starts. So it's easier to transition and tell people, hey, I can't do this, or no, I'm not going to be taking part of that. You have to start it with yourself. Write out a list of your boundaries, of your non-negotiables, things you are willing to sacrifice just temporarily maybe, or permanently, that's up to you. Take it seriously, because this is your life. If you don't abide by them, nobody else will. With that being said, man, hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Remember, everything truly does start with you. You want some more videos about men's improvement? Click the videos right here. Peace out, man.